Hello everybody, welcome to the Real Life Health Show. I am just so adamant about telling people to eat healthier, and one of the greatest ways and things you can do to eat healthier is to get rid of animals in your diet. Stop eating animals and animal products. Going vegan is the first step to getting healthy. And a lot of people don't know that you can eat a vegan diet and actually enjoy it because they don't think it's healthy. When I was in New York City, when I stopped eating animals, I wanted to know what to eat, and we had amazing restaurants that had amazing vegan food. Most other places around the world don't have that. Well, I wanted to come to this vegan restaurant. They don't have raw food here, but I want to give people an example about what is available if you're looking to get off meat and you're just not ready to go all raw. A great transition place here. Or you might want to stay just vegan and eat these type of foods. Dina here, what we're going to be today, calls them comfort foods. Some people might call them vegan junk food, but I call them a great transition food to just continuing to live healthier. Even when you go raw, there's raw vegan junk food, there's raw vegan transition foods, and then there's like strict raw vegan, but you can always do better. Well, I'm excited to be here today, and I definitely recommend this place to people that don't understand how great food without animals can taste. I don't eat the food here because I am all raw, but I bring my family here to eat. I tell my friends to go here, and I'm excited because they make this Philly cheesesteak, and I have a friend from Philadelphia. I can't wait to get him one of these because he's not even going to believe how amazing this tastes. You will not even know the difference. Anyway, here we go today. I'm going to put the website below. This is Dina's Deli here, and home of the famous vegan Philly cheesecake. We're going to see Dina, and then we're going to go and look at the kitchen. She's going to make us a cheesecake, and then we'll look at a little bit around the place. So here we go. Hello everybody, welcome. Here we are today at an amazing place. This is Dina, and this is her gourmet deli. It's amazing. It's a vegan deli, and I'm sitting here, and I'll show you later. There's a bunch of famous people that have come in here, and so this is Dina. I want to hear her story because I think I met you at Hippocrates Health Institute a while ago, I think.
Back in 2010,
yeah.
Yep. And then you did a video of me when I had Chunky Donkeys.
Chunky Donkeys several times, and also I had a raw food retreat, and you were one of the chefs at the retreat.
Yep. Cheesecakes, I think I made.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us, so what about you? Did you grow up a vegan, or did you have an illness where you went to Hippocrates Health Institute? Tell us a little about yourself.
So I was lucky. My grandmother was very into health. She used to work at a salon in Philadelphia. That's where we're from. And so she was very into health and weight loss. And she ate meat and things like that, but it was all whole foods. There was never any processed food in the house. No chips, no soda, no packaged, crappy food. So she made all her food. And my mom was the same way. So because of that, we had that base. She was also into supplements too. And my grandma lived to be 98.
Wow.
So I grew up eating meat, grew up eating cheesesteaks because my grandfather had a shop for 20 years where he made cheesesteaks and hoagies. And when I was about 16, I wanted to lose weight because I was an emotional eater. So at first I started going on diets, eating like the high carb diet back then was popular, like eating like 2 bagels. Paul can relate because you're about my age. And then I just got more and more strict, and I always loved animals, especially cats. They're my favorite. And I would say when I was in my 20s, maybe like 21, 22 is when I went vegan. But my dad, I had him as a mentor because he has been vegan now 45 years. So I had him to help me. So it started all the way back then. Now I'm 54. And I just love to eat clean. I love to feel healthy. And when I was in my late 30s, I was very unhappy with my corporate career. And I said, what do I love to do? I love to make healthy food taste delicious. And the people that I worked with, they used to make fun of me because I would eat maybe broccoli for breakfast or a steamed potato or something. But the way I seasoned it, it tastes good. So I was like, wait a second, I'm not crazy. I don't want it. I don't need to go to Dunkin' Donuts to grab a egg sandwich. I never actually had one of those, not even from McDonald's. I said, I got something here. So I said, let me go to culinary school. So I went to the Natural Gourmet Institute.
That's a big step, and that's an expensive school.
It
That's
is,
amazing.
and I paid for it, yep. I went there for a year in Manhattan, Natural Gourmet Institute, and then from there you had to do an internship to graduate. And I already knew of Hippocrates Health Institute, and I loved it because they're all about raw food and feeling healthy and strong. And I said, I want to go there. But the owner of the school, she said, not my teacher at the time said I couldn't go there because I need to learn how to fry and bake and saute as an internship. And I was like, no, this is where I want to go. So the owner of the school said to me, if that's where you want to go, then we'll support it and you can go there. So Hippocrates accepted me as an intern. I worked in their kitchen for about 3-4 months, and then I got a job as a private chef. There was a guy that came in and said, I want you to do for me what you're doing here.
Wow.
And then from there, I enrolled in their health educator course for 9 weeks, so I got to eat all raw for 9 weeks, and I felt like I was reborn. All my organs got that clean out. I mean, it was amazing. And I didn't have anybody in my circle, except my dad, eating like that. Nobody was as strict as that. And even my dad, he wasn't that like high raw. He ate vegan, so he still ate like the processed meats and stuff.
No?
Nope, she was a vegan. So I really went in deep and I loved it. And I don't have a doctor. I love being my own. I am my doctor. I do my own thing. Of course, you need doctors. I'm not saying that, but I'm empowered here, and I take control of my health, and I love it. It feels wonderful.
So, after Hippocrates, when did you decide to open up a Philly cheesesteak deli?
So then I was at Hippocrates for maybe, it was when I was a health educator. I was eating raw, so I still had a sweet tooth. So I made a cookie out of nuts, and I was like, oh my God, this tastes like cookie dough, because it was cashews and chocolate chips and a little salt, a little maple syrup, a little vanilla. And at Hippocrates, I learned about buckwheat groats. And buckwheat groats we soaked, we dehydrated, and then what I did is I blended them in a food processor to make them into a flour, and it still had that crunch, so I added them into my cookies too. So then it was crazy. I don't know how long it took me. Probably less than a month. I came up with chocolate chip, all these flavors: oatmeal, mint chocolate chip, almond butter, and I did 2 with stevia. I had a vanilla and a lemon with stevia. And I said, let me sell these. So I went to the Green Market in Palm Beach Gardens.
I used to see you there all the time.
Yep. And I started selling them there. And then after maybe a month, when I realized...
Now those were raw, right?
They were all raw, all dehydrated. When I realized people liked them, then I went to... My first store was Nutrition Smart. And they said, well, you need packaging and all that stuff. So I got them into Nutrition Smart. And I did that for 9 years, Chunky Dunkies. And then I got tired of it. I couldn't sell one more cookie, because now the fun's out of it, because I'm not making the cookies. Now I got to do the business part and talk to all the managers of the store, and that wasn't fun anymore. I didn't like it. I'm not playing with food anymore. So I said, I'm just going to go back to be a private chef. But my dad said to me, hey, why don't we do vegan Philly cheesesteaks? He's like, I make them out of tofu. I want you to taste one. So he lives in Fort Myers. I live here in West Palm Beach. He came over with all his ingredients, and he's doing the tofu, and he's spraying it with the soy sauce. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm trying to make it dark like meat. I'm like, yeah, but it's getting too salty. You can't do that. And we tasted it. It wasn't bad, once you had ketchup and onions. I was like, we can't do that. So I said, I learned how to make seitan in culinary school. Why don't we play with that? So then him and I worked at it for 3 months. He actually moved over here. And we got it, and we opened this deli together. And at the same time, the city of West Palm Beach was having this contest where we could go on Clematis Street at a lower rent rate. And it all kind of just manifested into something, because that gave me the fuel to go with this deli. I'm like, oh, I could be on Clematis Street? That's amazing. All right, let's do this. And that never, came to play. So we ended up staying right here in Riviera Beach, where we did Chunky Dunkies. So now we have 2 spaces here, and it's all built out. We have 2 big kitchens in the back, And now we make our cheese here, our meat every day, and of course everything else that goes along in our menu.
Yeah, we're gonna see Dina making cheesecake and also a smoothie she's gonna make us as well. But the recipe here is an amazing, delicious. They sell vegan Philly cheesecake, but you have
Cheesesteak. Cheesecake.
Cheesesteak and cheesecake, but it's all vegan. This place, all vegan.
100.
Now they're not raw, but they're vegan, which is excellent. Now, what about you personally? And I'll show you all around here, but definitely get to the website. The link's below. A lot of famous people have come here, right? I mean, I'm looking around.
Some of these, so Veg News said these were vegan, so that's why I put it. A lot of people.
Sure.
They might have had like two people, like Tori Washington, who's a famous vegan bodybuilder. He's been here.
Yes.
Yep.
Great. So, what about you? Do you take any supplements, or what's your daily diet like?
I really am a follower of Anthony William. I really like him, the medical medium, and he has a company. I take some of his supplements because they're clean. They don't have all those fillers in there.
Sure.
So I'll just take like a B, some C's, B12, of course, the liquid B12 I take. But I eat really clean. So I will have a smoothie or some juices in the morning. I always have a big salad. I could just eat avocado with some greens and lemon juice, a little salt, a little hot sauce. So I mix it up.
Great.
I'm 50-50. I like to mix it up.
But you are all vegan, right?
All vegan.
Okay. And that's wonderful. So you never go to the doctor, no illnesses or anything like that?
No, if I have something, let's see, what was... no, I don't have any...
How many years now have you been vegan?
Well, I started in my 20s, so I'm 54 now. So it's been a while.
You don't have the number off top, but we'll figure it out.
How you doing?
Yes, but that's amazing. So what would your advice be to people out there that think it's too much money or too complicated to go on a vegan diet?
I would say that you're going to be in the kitchen, which is fine because that's where you have total control. And dried beans, any kind of beans, you can make so many things. Casseroles, soups, put them in your salads. They're very inexpensive. Garlic is one of the healthiest things you can eat. Have that to flavor your food. Bananas, so inexpensive. There's fruits out there that you can buy and vegetables that are inexpensive. And you can buy in bulk. You can shop at, those big stores where they have, like I go to Costco and I get like a big bag of frozen fruits. I buy organic. So you can do it. You're just going to have to spend some time in the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, at first it's a transition, but I think ultimately you find what you like and you don't need to spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
right.
like
It could
anything.
be simple.
But at first, when you're making the transition, now we're going to put the recipe to your cheesecake below, but you have amazing recipes here. I mean, amazing food here, but do you have a recipe book or recipes online or something?
No, because, we're going to franchise, so we're going to keep that as a family secret. They're family recipes, especially the cheese whiz. That's my father's recipe.
It's amazing. I mean, there's some people here, maybe we'll ask them what they think of
that'd be
food,
wonderful. They wouldn't mind.
You know them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the police officers, the whole forces here, they're...
Gives them energy so they can chase down those crooks.
Exactly. So what has surprised you about the people that come here? I mean, do you see people returning, or is it people coming by accident? Do people drag them here, or is this just like vegans that happen? There aren't many vegan restaurants, believe it or not, here in Florida.
It's all the above. All the above. You have a lot of girlfriends dragging their husbands here, or boyfriends, and then they love it. They're like, oh my God, I could eat this Philly cheesesteak. It tastes delicious. Some of them say it tastes better than the real thing, which is wonderful. We're going into our 7th year. Of course, people find us on Google. They're looking for vegan food, and they come from all over. Up north, Port St. Lucie, Vero Beach, all the way from Miami, all the way West Coast, Tampa. And we're right close to the airport, too, which is great. So people will get their food and then go into the airport.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And take off. But from all over, vegan, non-vegan, all walks of life.
Now, besides here, are you still at the farmer's market in the summer?
No, we don't do that anymore.
Do you ship it all, anything?
We were shipping we make frozen Philly cheesesteaks. They're already made. And all you have to do is put them in your oven. We're going to start doing that again. We might sell them on Amazon. I'm not sure yet, but it's something that's open.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
That'd be amazing.
It would be amazing. Yeah. It's just the shipping, and it's tricky.
Now, I've had a cheesecake a couple of times when I was younger in Philadelphia, but
cheesesteak or
cheesesteak.
cheesesteak.
But I've never had the opportunity of eating your food for this. I'm all raw and I'm real strict, but I brought my family here a good amount of times. I tasted your chunky donkeys, and the reviews here have been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're very particular about flavor.
Yes.
And because we make most of our food in-house, it doesn't taste like packaged food. And it doesn't have the preservatives and chemicals to keep things fresh. And that's what makes food taste fake. Our food doesn't taste fake, it tastes fresh because it's made with fresh ingredients.
Yeah, this place is really amazing. It's a definitely treat. When I first went vegan, I went to all the restaurants in New York City back then. And it was Angelica's Kitchen, Caravan of Dreams, and I became a chef in one of them. And then I ended up opening a big raw food restaurant. But this is what I used to do. And if you're excited about eating vegan food, this is definitely a place you want to check out.
Yeah, you want to give your arteries a break, right, from all the cholesterol.
Can we meet? Can I go up to them and ask
I
them?
don't see why not. Well,
We're going to see some customers here that are eating. There's 3 policemen eating there. See, a lot of policemen go and get donuts, but these guys are here.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
pretty cool.
Let's
Let's see
Let's
if
go
they'll tell us about their experience. Pass it. All right, so we're just here interviewing Dina, and there's some police officers here eating. So, of all the places you go, we know a lot of police officers will go to Dunkin' Donuts. So, what made you guys come here?
It's a healthier option, lifestyle changes when it comes on to health benefits, and also the food tastes very well. You don't even know it's vegan.
You wouldn't even know it's vegan if somebody didn't tell you.
No.
Yeah.
So Dina's vegan.
Now, there are 3 of you here. Do other guys from your station come here, or do they make fun of you for coming here?
No, we have some other co-workers that came here as well, and they actually enjoy the food as well too.
All right. So what'd you get today?
I got the Philly cheesesteak pizza and the buffalo tips.
Buffalo chips.
Buffalo tips.
Buffalo tips. Okay.
Yeah,
What'd you get? Hand in the mic. What'd you get?
So I got the same thing, the Philly cheesesteak pizza with the buffalo tips. So it kind of give you the feeling of a actual pizza as well as buffalo style type tips, you know. But the food is fresh, very good. Been coming here now for about two years now. So that's one of the reasons why I love to come here, because it's fresh. It tastes just like, it doesn't taste like vegan food.
Wow. Now, are you a vegan? I mean, get the same thing?
Yeah, I got the same thing. The Philly cheesesteak pizza, the buffalo tips. So it's more, more of a lifestyle change.
So are any of you, like, outside of here, like, serious about being vegans, or do you just come here for food that tastes good?
I tried it, being the whole vegan.
Wait, give him the mic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I tried the whole vegan thing, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just for my personal reasons, I kind of like switch things up. But for the most part, I'm mostly plant-based. For the most part.
Okay, and what about you guys? Are you plant-based, or you just come here for the food?
Same here. I'm kind of plant-based too. I kind of go in between here and there now, but again, the food is phenomenal. A lot of people look at it as a bad thing because they only think you're supposed to eat nothing but plants. When you think about just vegan, but there is a difference when you have this type of food. You can still enjoy it. It still kind of tastes like what you were used to or accustomed to. So that's one of the great things that I think that is wonderful about it, because you had a pizza.
Yeah.
It's not the pizza from Papa John's or Domino's, but it's similar. It's close enough.
Yeah.
You have the buffalo tips. It's not like chicken buffalo tips, but it's close enough. That it mimics what you was used to or accustomed to.
And what about your families? Are your families into eating plant-based food, or is it just you?
Well, me, my immediate family, my brother, my sister are, but my household family is not. But they will dibble and dabble when I cook things. They'll try it as well. So for me, like I'll never go back to beef, pork, things of that sort. And the only thing I incorporate is some wild seafood every.
Sure.
For the most part, no dairy. It's pretty much, I would say, 85%. Yeah, 85%.
It's amazing.
Way more nuts. The oils I cook in, everything.
Now, you guys are police officers, and you're out and about. There aren't many places around, unfortunately, that are like this amazing place, right?
That is correct. That's why we was telling Dina, we're like, she have to say, we haven't seen you in a while. So, like, we was on this side today, and we had to come.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, I've ordered Uber Eats to where I stay. You know, it's a little more expensive, but sometimes I just have to add it.
Oh, you do that too? You're part of that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
wonderful.
Uber Eats. You can pick
Sure.
up, order Uber Eats, and it comes to your house.
Well, that's great. All right, guys. Well, keep up the great work, and thank you. All right, so we're here in Dina's kitchen, and what you just make?
We just made an organic pumpkin pie cheesecake.
Organic pumpkin pie cheesecake. Now it's all vegan, but it's not 100% raw, right?
No.
Okay.
No, but so we use, any kind of organic pumpkin.
Okay. Now,
Not pumpkin season, so
if somebody wanted to make this raw, would they just change it out for raw pumpkin, or is there more to it?
they could do that. And of course, they would use dates, any kind of sweetener that's raw. The crust would be raw. Our crust is not.
Okay.
They would use, a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. A filler could be cashews, so cashews. I use organic tofu, so they wouldn't use that because that's not raw.
Well,
what
for
else?
people,
Banana.
for people that are out there that are looking to transition to vegan, this is a great dessert, and it's not that difficult to make. So you put together all the ingredients, and I'll put the recipe below in the description. So you have all the ingredients blended up, right?
Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like.
Yeah, show us what it looks like.
Come over here. So I love a Vitamix because it really makes things creamy. And
It
this
smells
one,
amazing. Wow.
would you like to taste it?
So this here is everybody. This is a cheesecake pan. So the bottom opens up. There's a hook here, and it'll open after you freeze it or cook it. So that's the crust. What's the crust made of?
The crust is made up of crackers and a little plant butter. Definitely not raw. Little sweetener. Of course, lots of cinnamon. We try to make our food, everything's vegan, right? But we try to make our food as close to the conventional as possible, whether it's raw or vegan. We don't want our food to taste vegan. We want anybody that wants to eat, whatever their diet is, to come in and enjoy it and be satisfied. That's my goal. So we have all levels on the scale of from raw to, clean comfort food, I'll say. And what is clean comfort food, right? Clean comfort food would be clean ingredients, but still comfort food. So for instance, like our mac and cheese, that's my father's recipe. And that's made from vegetables. Of course, we still use pasta, but...
Now, your father was a vegan?
My father's vegan, yeah. He's been vegan, I think he's going on 45 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got to have him on the show.
I know, right?
That's
it was
amazing.
his idea to do vegan Philly cheesesteaks.
Wow.
He was making them with tofu. Still putting them in a roll. So we do that.
One of my best friends has an avocado farm in Homestead, and he's from Philadelphia. So the next time I go down there, I got to get him a cheesesteak to try.
Oh, yeah. And there's
All right.
there's
Look
our
at that.
pumpkin.
Wow.
Now, I could freeze this, or I could bake it like I normally do. Either one. Yeah.
So even though there are cooked ingredients, you could still freeze it? Because I
Yep.
know if it's a raw, you would freeze it.
Yes. I can still
okay.
freeze that. Yep.
Okay. So you would bake that or freeze that, and
Yep.
that's it.
And that's
So
it.
simple.
And I cut this into 16 slices. We sell it here. And we have all kinds of flavors. We have organic strawberry, wild blueberry, apple candy walnut, whatever we could think of. Cookies and cream.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Could
have
we
some of it.
take a look at your menu and go through some of the items
Yeah,
on
sure.
there? Wow,
Definitely.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
So now I thought we could make a smoothie.
All right. We'll make a smoothie. Now, is this a common smoothie that you make here, or is this just something you're making for the show?
This is something I made for my team.
Okay.
And I haven't had breakfast yet, so this is going to be for us. So,
Again, using
Vitamix
a
again.
Vitamix. Okay.
I start with some filtered water. Depending on how many people I'm serving, depending on how much water I put in here. So I'm just gonna, maybe like 2.5 cups. Let me get my ingredients from the freezer.
Okay. While she's doing that, I'll tell you, I've been to many kitchens, and there are standards, but not everyone follows standards. Here they follow the standards. This kitchen is spotless, everybody, spotless, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So I always feel good about where I'm eating, the condition of the kitchen, and I'm looking around and really spotless, so that's great.
Yes, very important.
Yes.
So here we have, I like to put bananas in there because it makes it nice and creamy, gives it its sweetness. So these
we
are
got
frozen.
Frozen bananas.
Frozen bananas.
Some kale.
Yep. This kale, so let's say you bought kale. You use the leaves, you save the stem. They're organic. I want to save these and put these in my smoothies. Lots of wonderful fiber. Just break them
So you're
up.
actually freezing the stems of the kale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I might not eat it right away.
Sure.
So I got to freeze it. And then I have frozen organic squash and zucchini cut up.
Okay.
Put that in. And I don't know if you know this, but squash makes a, let's say you're making a dressing. I learned this at Hippocrates when I was there. They use this to make things creamier. So it'll take up the bulk and you won't need a lot of oil. That's a little secret.
Yep.
Put that in there. And then you can use any kind of fruit. I have wild blueberries, some of them in there, maybe like 2 cups. And I have some organic frozen strawberries. Cherries.
Yeah, I was about to say, those look like
them in
small
there.
strawberries.
Now, what I like to do when I have greens in my smoothie is always put lemon in, because lemon cuts the flavor of the green. So, just gonna see how much we need. Let's start with half and see if we need more. Do you have a lemon tree at your house, Paul?
No, citrus doesn't grow well here in South Florida, believe it or not.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. I wish I did, because I eat a lot of lemons.
There. All right, what else? Now, if we want, we'll taste it first. I have dates. I could put them in there for sweetness. I have raisins. I could put them in there for sweetness. Okay, so we're just going to blend this up.
So you make this for your team here. The work is here in the back here.
Give them energy. We're all eating clean here. This might be a small lid.
How many years have you been here?
We are going into our 7th year in October.
Wow.
See these? This is greens. You know how you get that big container at Costco or wherever? This is the mixed greens. Well, this goes bad fast. It just does. And if I don't eat it all, I'll freeze it, and then I can put this in my smoothie too. I'm just going to blend this puppy up.
So that is going to be cold, and it's going to be, look at all that. Look at the mostly blueberries. It's like a blueberry banana smoothie with some cherries and some kale. That's looking great. Looking good.
All right. So now we're going to get a little spoon and we're going to taste it. And we're going to see if we need any more sweetness, maybe more veg. It's pretty thick. It's pretty good. And then you could add avocado to that too to make it really creamy. You do that?
No, I don't, but it sounds delicious. And everybody, don't throw any of your greens out. Don't throw any of your fruits out. Just freeze them, and you can eat them anytime for a dessert. So that's wonderful.
Look
that's great. So how much of your diet is, like, of your food that you make here, is this?
I would say I'm 50-50.
So this is part of your diet?
Yes, I'll have salads here with some of my seitan steak that we make. I don't know if you want some.
I'm going to pass. I'll pass. I'll taste a little with a spoon, but yeah.
It's not real sweet.
Okay.
It's hard to drink. You need to eat it with a spoon because it's so frozen.
Delicious. Delicious.
And it could have a little more lemon in there to brighten it up.
It's fine.
So I'll eat our steak meat about maybe 3 times a week. And we make that fresh in house. I learned how to make that in culinary school. I went to the Natural Gourmet Institute in Manhattan for a year.
Yes, yeah.
I learned how to make. I never thought I would eat that.
23rd Street.
Yeah,
look at that.
in Chelsea.
Yeah, I almost went there. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was back in 2010.
Wow.
I never thought I would need to make seitan. I was like, I'm not going to make this. But then my dad came to me one day and said, let's do vegan Philly cheesesteaks. And like I said, he was doing them with tofu. And I was like, I'm not doing them with tofu. And it took us like 3 months to perfect it because it's really challenging. You got to get the texture down, the flavor. And you just got to get it right.
So we're going to look around the place a little here, but here's a wall of, look, that's Rocky because that's Philadelphia where she's from. And there's some famous cheesesteak places
Pat's,
in
Gina's,
Philadelphia.
Jim's.
Huh?
Pat's, Gina's, and Jim's.
Yes, I've seen them on TV. They've been.
This was my father's place that he had for 20 years.
Oh, we had a snack bar. Wow. We're going to have your father on the show. Hopefully he'll come on and check it out.
Definitely.
So you come on here, they have a whole wall. Look at this shirt. This is great. Vegan. Okay. So there's Dina's Vegan Deli and Desserts. So do you have these on your website, the shirts for sale?
I do.
So you'll mail them out, these shirts? Look, this is vegan. That's great.
Yep. Little crappie tops.
Okay.
This one's cute too. Look how cute this is.
Eat pigs, not pigs. All right, and then we have here their menu here, and well, here's all the.
Good to see you.
Look at this: cheese fries, grilled dog. Well, let me get the mic there because I hear you. Okay, so there's taco fries, Philly fries, pizza, cheesecake. That's what the police officers here were eating. And they got this giant menu here. It's amazing. I mean, look at that. Gyro pizzas. This is really beautiful. They have chocolate covered marshmallows.
Cheesecake.
So that's the cheesecake we saw. We saw you make, right?
The other one was pumpkin.
That was pumpkin. Okay.
Hi.
Cheesecake. Look at these. These are vegan. Look at these.
Have you been here before?
Really amazing. And then they have vegan chocolate chip cookies as well.
Welcome back. Live in the neighborhood? No. No? Of course St. Lucie.
First time here?
No, but we came yesterday to do some burgers and my mom wanted to come back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, thank you very much for having us out, and tell everybody your website.
It's dinasvegandeli.com. So it's DINAS, vegandeli.com. And we're in Riviera Beach. And we're right on Congress. And we're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. Here's our hours on the back. So closed Mondays and Tuesdays. We're open Wednesday through Sunday. And it's all going to be on.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll put the link below.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
See ya.
All right, everybody. There it was. That was Dina's amazing place. Definitely check that out. I mean, these doors are open and continually revolving because people continue to come here, tasting their amazing food. This food is out of this world. And again, you would not know that this place is a vegan place if there weren't vegan signs all over the place. It's amazing. Whatever reason you're doing it, animal activism, eating healthier, transitioning to a better diet, or your doctor maybe told you to cut down on eating animals, this is the place you want to be. And I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to let people know about it. If you're in South Florida or anywhere in Florida, this place is a must. And if you're not in this area, maybe one day she'll be able to ship those steaks to you. All right, everybody, until then, put your comments below. If you've been here, let us know what you think. Have a great day, everybody, and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.